Drag racing is kind of a natural choice for running electric cars. You can get some really high output batteries and really high output motors and just push them to the limit as far as you can.
I guess the gas car world, you think you're never going to give up that gas adrenaline side, and the more I got into it, the more incredibly fun it is.
This is a prototype build. This is the first time we've run a setup like this with 4 motors, this style battery, this much battery capacity. This is a whole new world for us in the motorsports area.
So this car is using 4 of our PM250 DZR inverters coupled to 4 motors that are arranged in 2 dual stacks. They can produce about 480 Newton meters each and run up to a little over 10,000 RPM.
Currently, the motor inverters each run at 800 volts and can run as much as 700 amps. So that's 560,000 watts per motor inverter if we could run them at maximum power and the highest voltage. That's 2.1 megawatts. That is a lot of power. In the system that we're running and how we're running it and the battery pack that we have in it, we're producing well over 1,400 horsepower to the wheels. That's why the car is called the Cobra Jet 1400.
Number one advantage of electric technology is instantaneous torque. It's a whole different challenge to make sure you don't overcome the tire. So what we found out early on was that we were smoking the tires immediately, and that's just because the car wasn't doing exactly what we thought it was. Everybody sat down and looking at the data and figured out that it was just putting down more torque than we initially thought in the calibration. Luckily, working with AEM, it's infinitely tunable to some extent. And then part of the challenge is, well, then in this case, since we're working off a factory stock chassis, how do you get it all to the tire?
Once you start getting good data, you can start making intelligent decisions on all the other parts, spring rates and power levels and all the other kind of shock settings you need to make an electric car work. And it's just because of the amount of torque you have so soon. Some good times down now, so we can do some work on the chassis setup, and then we've got a lot of data now that the guys can learn how much more power we can put down and how much more power we can put down when we get down the track, how to make the car shift better. We'll just sit down and do the work on it and get ready for the next test. This is probably one of the most sophisticated electric race cars we've built, and a lot of that came from the Ford side. It came from a lot of the partners of AEM, the guys at Cascadia Motion, and obviously our whole team.
Everybody's put so much time and effort into the car, and for the car to come out of the gate as strong as it's come out of the gate, we're so proud of everyone. The test went beyond our expectations. I think usually we don't come out of the box this smoothly, so we're pretty proud of that.
Here we are, Yellowstone drag strip, and we just set a new record with the Cobra Jet 1400 at 170 miles an hour in the quarter mile, and that is not all it has.
It's a wonderful horizon to explore, and we're still just scratching the surface of the things we can do with it.